Okay.
All right. So we don't need a lot of space
Okay.
for top information navigation. So I reduce that. And then after that, I'm moving your charts to the top. So one thing what I could do is give more height and width to this. And within the visualization, I have this format option. So you
Mm-hmm.
could see I have different settings that is available for this.
Mm-hmm.
New options that also are available. So you could see the slider option and all. But for now, to keep it very simple, what I could do is I want to increase the size, right? So I can search for the size option, and then you could see under the y-axis, I'm able to see the text size. Under the x-axis, I have the text size. Data labels are not enabled, but I'll show you. But also for the title, I have the size here. So for now, this is basically increasing the size here. So you could see when I'm increasing this, it's able to show me a big font.
Right. I
Okay.
see. Yes. Yes. Okay.
And I can adjust specifically. So let me clear the search. And then when I come in the y-axis, so you could see either I can show it to the left or I could show it to the right. And I have the option of changing the color. Does anyone know what this f of x means?
I don't. I don't.
Okay, so what f
I
No.
of,
know, but I forgot. I know
Is it?
f of x is like something doing something extra something. I know, I forgot. I can't tell right now, but I know
okay.
that.
Yeah, brother Ijaz, you were saying something?
No, I was just.
Okay, so this one you see, I can go here and change the color, right? So let's say if I'm picking a random color here, this is changing, right?
Mhm.
So using f of x, what I could do is, if I want to indicate if this is a positive thing or a negative thing based on the other selection, then
Mhm.
I can write a DAX logic and then return a value 1 or 0. Based on that, I can set the color. So when the user is interacting, it will directly change the color and then show them whether it's a positive thing or a negative thing. Okay.
Mm.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, I remember. Like we can do if it is like if you want the like you showed before. If you want the minus values, we can do red. If you want the plus values, we can do green. I
Right,
remember now.
right. Yep. And then you could see the other option, text size again. If I want to decrease the text size, I can do that. And then the category width, how much width do you want to give it for the category? You could see it's giving proper space now so that you're able to see the teams, the bars, and then scroll it. Okay.
Is it like including all the teams in there? If you make it that big?
Yeah, this includes everything, but this will give you a scrolling option. The other
Oh,
thing what you could do is you could move this to the bottom visual to the right and then give more space to this so that you don't have that scrolling option, and then give only a little bit. So you could see still you're seeing all the teams in one go, but
mhm.
you have proper spaces between those teams.
Okay.
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 And then again, I'm coming within the y-axis, and then I have the padding and all title. So
Mhm.
for now, you see the winners here. But let's say if you don't want to show that, you can close it, and then it will not show you the title.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so these all options are for you to make it very clean. So you have to just keep in mind. So
Mhm.
let's say you are a manager and then someone is creating and sending a report for you. So
Mhm.
you want all the information to be very neat and clean, right? So
Yeah.
same thing when you're building a report, you have to just think of your report users that you want to deliver them very neat and clear information.
The more neat and clear I have, the less questions I will get from them, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh gosh. Okay.
And so, yep, these are the title options. So
I'll play with them later. I'll play with them later. I'll look into them later.
Okay. And the other thing you could see for Mumbai Indians, you're showing the bar here, but
Mhm.
we don't know how many matches they have played, right? Other than you go
Cool.
and then
Yeah,
hover on
go
the
over.
bar and then tooltip. So that's the reason key thing is like enable the data labels and then have the proper setting for this. So you could have the display unit, it's none, and then you could choose the position. So you want to show it on the inside and then you could do it. And then you can increase the font size. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. So the different options you have, anyhow, you have use, I think, the background
Yeah, I did.
shadow. You also have the shadow option as well. So you could see the shadow, you could choose any color here and whatever shadow inside or outside, and then center. So you could see the different shadow option. You have to make it more pleasing.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And then within the format page size, you were able to set the custom page size, which is really good. And as Sana mentioned, you can download the background from Google, save it on any of the location on your local PC, and then you can come in the page background, and then you see the add image option. You could
Mhm.
select this option. So I'm not sure. Okay, let me try this. And then let me remove the transparency. Oh yeah, but the logo is completely coming at the center, but you could see I have logo added here,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And then you made the report completely yellowish kind of feel. So the focus should be on the data and then the information what we
Sorry.
are giving to the users.
Okay.
Okay, so for that reason, so let me try closing the background and then see if this is becoming transparent. Yep, this is becoming transparent now. So I think that should be good. So for the other thing is, so I close the background, right? Let me try using the format pane and then move it to the other chart. So you could see it's applying the same thing here and use the
Making the
formatting.
same.
Yep,
Okay.
How you did transparent
it's
by
it's
clicking
just
shadow?
it's just removing the background.
Oh, okay, okay. If you remove background color, it appears like a transparent thing.
Yeah, it appears
Oh,
like
okay,
a
okay,
glass.
okay, okay. And Manubhav, how you added these numbers over here, 120, I forgot this.
So it's within the data labels.
Data labels, right?
Right.
Yeah, data labels, yeah.
Oh, now report is looking completely different, Salima.
Yeah.
I think you can put this in your portfolio now. So this
Mahmood
might
bhai,
be, yes.
I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
So not sure if this is the right time, but wanted to clarify. For example, if we are, after joining the company, and for example, if you're it's not supporting, you know, if we, I'm trying to build the question, right? So
Okay.
yeah, there are different scenarios, right? The first thing is, like for my project, I joined and they had everything ready, the requirement documents, everything is ready with them. So the specifications were not there, like how need to create the report. But there was my manager helped me in that. But will all the clients, for if I join in a project where they just need like ad hoc reports, something like that, so will they help us in giving in clarifying the like the requirements in terms of how the report should be, which visuals we should select, those
Right.
things?
Yes. So we will have two kinds of projects. One,
Mhm.
let's say if it is like a big project where they're moving the data from the source systems And after that, they are building the data warehouse and then creating every report from the scratch or moving from the other environment. So
Right.
you would have a business analyst who will be very closely working with the business users and then trying to thoroughly understand what their actual needs are, and then translating those needs to the developers. So if you need to clarify on anything, you could directly reach out to your business analyst, and then he could set up a meeting with the business users and then have everything clarified for you. Okay, so that is approach number one. Approach number two is like if the project is not huge and then if they are directly assigning you the work, then you have to spend some time understand the data and then try to build like a proof of concept saying that, like, let's say with this IPL data we are able to quickly build something here.
Right.
So now when you sit down with the business users, you will be tweaking this report. So let's say if you're saying me, hey, I don't want the same color for both the charts, so can you
Right.
change the colors? Then on the fly, what you will do is either you write down all those requirements,
Okay.
or you make the changes on the fly, more of like a working session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
Mhm.
But it depends on like, but your power users or the stakeholder should clarify the requirements for you, what they actually need on the report.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could be the stakeholder, could be from finance,
Yes. Yes.
any department, right?
Whoever is in charge for that
Yep.
report.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yep. Thank you.
Yep. So Salima, any feedback for this report that
Yeah.
I
I
built?
mean, I had another question for that pie chart. That's a donut one, right? The first one.
Yep.
So what is the best, other visuals we can have use other than this
So
in, replacing the donut? What are
if
the other ones we can use?
donut or pie chart, we only should be using when we have less amount of category, but you could see we have huge number of players here. So this is not a right way of presenting it, but this is like we are doing it for the very first time. So that's the reason.
Okay.
Otherwise, like you could see, we have multiple option here. So I could change this to tree map, but still this is a lot of categories. Then we have to
Right.
look for something other than that. So it could be again the same way, the way we have the horizontal bar chart. So this way we will be able to see the category. But the best thing would be put it in the matrix visual, so that way you're delivering like more information.
Okay.
Isn't
Which
it
one is that?
better?
Matrix. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Matrix. Okay.
Yes.
Table one.
Isn't it better? I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of chart you pick, but make sure even it's same chart over and over, but it's still you pick the right one just to understand what you're doing, and
Yes.
so they can understand. It doesn't have to be like that fancy and then not able to
No.
understand.
Yeah. See, for us as a developer, we think that fancy report works. But for a business users, when they are in the meeting or when they are taking crucial decisions, for them, the only thing that matters for them is just the numbers.
Right.
They
Exactly.
don't look for the fancy charts.
Yes, yeah, agree.
Yeah, because you
So
already create the reports and all for the finance, right? You're more familiar about that.
I have another one.
Yep.
In a visual, for example, if you see here this horizontal bar chart, right, the one we have selected. So
Yep.
so if we select this, we have to scroll down to see the data, right? So all the visual. So is that a good practice?
It depends. Like so for the left chart, you could see we had the similar issue when we gave the less height. So it was giving the scrolling option. Then what we did is like we removed the bottom chart and then gave more height to this, so that now we are able to view the complete list. But for sometimes users will be only interested in top 5, top 10. So those kind of requirement, this will be better for them, and then still option to see in the bottom one. And then the good thing is like when we are doing the sorting, so it will do the sort for top and bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. because
Okay.
it's that complete list that we have to show to them. So anyhow, like this is only like uh, a limited list, but there could be a huge list as well. So that's the reason.
Right.
So matrix visual combined with the other calculations, so that will be better.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. So let me format this option, move it to the top, align it. And we don't need this height, extra height for this. It's only needed to show this complete box, because when I click on it, anyhow, it will have this drop down area. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of figure out now what to do, but when I was doing it, I was confused. Like when you pick up the data, if you could go to the data, would be great. When like how did you know that you have to look for the city, the year, or the date, the month? I mean, how do you pick that? I need to understand how I can understand the requirements and looking by looking at the data. So,
Okay.
you know
So
what I'm saying?
yeah. So what you have to do is for the requirement what you have received, you have to first make sure that you have the data points available in your model. Okay.
Mhm,
And the other thing what you have to understand is how this data is structured. So
okay.
that way you have to see what is the lowest granularity of this data. So the lowest granularity of this data is each match here represents one row. So if I'm randomly selecting one match ID, then this will give me information for one match that occurred. Okay. And then we have to understand for different columns what we have here,
Mhm.
how they are saving the data. So for this match, this is saying this is the team one, this is the team two. Okay. They played
Now each ID has different names, or it would be the same thing.
it will have different, so it could be the same teams, but you could see the year here.
The date, the year will be different. Yes, I
Yes,
that's yeah, I understand that part. Okay.
yes. And then the venue could be different here.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then
But
the
the
city.
teams would be same.
Hmm.
Okay, okay.
So if I'm picking, so let's say, let me do this. So let me select RCB and Kolkata Knight Riders. So let me clear everything. So from this team one, I have to select RCB, which is Royal Challengers Bangalore. And then from here, I have to select Kolkata Knight Riders. So as you see, these are all the different matches they have played. But you could see, let me do a sort here, sort ascending. All the dates here are completely different, right?
And
And the
yeah.
match IDs are completely different.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. Okay, okay.
So you see, for this matches, what they have played. So first match they played was in what's this format? 2008. Okay, so let me update the formatting. So you could update the formatting here. So